And welcome to another edition of the Crown and Collards podcast, brought to you by the CSPN. I am your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante, aka Confucius, aka Newhouse Who This Bit, aka Issa Durag, aka NFC Champions, nigga, aka could y'all please donate to my Amazon wish list? Thank you very much. Um, I am joined always by uh, the homie, the brother from another mother, the light skinned Jermaine. Tell your tall auntie to never mind. Go ahead and introduce yourself. I believe my co-host is in the wind tunnel, ladies and gentlemen.
aka bad decision maker.
And today we are joined by
The long overdue.
very long overdue um fellow member of the CSPN, the annoying brother, the annoying cousin of the network, someone that we can get these jokes off on, but y'all can't. The one, the only, drum roll please.
Wait. Oh shit, I wasn't ready. I got the effects pulled up or nothing. Damn it, Jeremy.
Look, it wasn't me.
It's none other than your boy, Don De Laurenti, aka CJ Side Piece, aka Joe in Pain. Ask your auntie with the bad hip about me, aka Sexton Hardcastle, aka Zodiac Fish Grease, because you do what you want when you popping. What's going
Wow.
on, fellas?
Okay.
He who is Don De Laurenti, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Like Jeremy
Long
said,
overdue guest.
you don't talk shit about him, we do, and that's fine. Y'all niggas will deal.
You will deal. We can talk about how annoying Don is. Y'all can't. That is a privilege reserved for us. Okay? Okay, don't do too much shit for this network for us to allow y'all motherfuckers to talk about them. Only we can do that.
That's right. And
Only we can do that. Unless Mel get on us, then we can't say nothing. But other than that,
no, dog, we get this work from us. It's cool. We love you.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm glad to be here. It's long overdue. Like I said, I'm very honored to bring some charm into such a shit podcast such as this one. So call me Mr. Two Ply. And I think that's the coolest part of being on this network is that the person who came the hardest, the number one hitter was the CEO, the owner. He was the
listen,
one coming with the chopper.
listen, classic. I ain't never seen classic that mad and that petty, and I loved every bit of it. I ain't even have to really say nothing. I just had to say what happened, and classic took it from there. I ain't have to do shit.
Yeah, you rolled the ball, he kicked that mug over the fence.
Nigga, that mother classic kicked a goddamn uh, a 90-yard fucking field goal. That that shit. I've never, I've never, I've never seen. First of all, I've never seen a boss ever get that damn mad defending his employees ever in all my years of working. I don't know if y'all have, but I ain't never seen a boss get that damn mad. Also, I ain't never seen a boss get that damn petty and it be that fucking hilarious. Like, not never. I don't know about y'all, but I hadn't seen.
Yeah, he went full Ghostface in the St. Louis Cardinals jacket with the
He
squat and all.
did.
I just imagined that's what he was, how he was in the camera on the
Like,
computer in his headset with the squat, with the
Yeah,
like
hand gestures and everything.
Og Blur was definitely Action Bronson in that little segment.
Like Classic had to be like before he called me to do the hangout. He had to be listening to whatever the hell the Temecula nigga was listening to when he was driving to fight Snyder over Kobe. Like that like speaking of which, the anniversary of Kobe's 81 point game, was it yesterday or Sunday?
It was Sunday.
Sunday, yes. Uh,
I think
it
that was Jalen Rose's birthday too, or somewhere close by it. Yeah, it's not a
oh
good time for Jalen Rose when
Oh,
that comes around.
you
oh
about to get us blocked by Jalen Rose? I'll be damned.
I've said the millions of people that Jalen Rose has blocked because they trolled him with 81. Dog, can you imagine if Twitter was popping around that time when Kobe had that 81 point game?
Dog, if Twitter was popping around that time, Dave Chappelle wouldn't have canceled his show, and I firmly believe that shit.
Bruh. There might be some truth to that. There might be some truth to that. I'm not gonna call you a liar. I'm not gonna call you a liar.
We used to discuss that shit. This is back when the AOL chat room was still popping, but not like they really used to be. Like that shit was on its kind of last leg, but motherfuckers was going out making screen names like in the moment while the Chappelle show shit was going on, like after the characters he was doing and shit like that.
It
Yeah,
would have been lit.
that was a glorious time in TV, man. I like when he announced on 106 in Park that he was getting his show. I think like me and all my white friends were like, "Oh hell yeah!" All
Huh?
my black friends was like, "Nah, man, we don't really rock with him." And that's like the same thing I see with Donald Glover now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, "Oh, FX finna give him a show." Some people was like, "Hell yeah!" Other people was like, "Nah, man, we don't rock with him." But now he came out with his product, and now everybody trying to be friends. So
Hey, the game is the game. I
Right.
get why some people don't fuck with him. You know, yeah, I get why people love him. I'm kind of indifferent to him, honestly. Like I hadn't even watched Atlanta. That being said, I really don't watch too much TV anyway. But that's just me. But like, if most people seem to like it, and I enjoy niggas. I enjoy seeing niggas happy and black people happy and enjoying something. So it might not be for me, but hey, if the beats all right and you dance all yeah, if the beats all right and you dance all night, then that's good enough for me.
yeah,
Yeah, I just
2016, it was a trash year for like, just humanity as
Yeah,
far as
right, right.
as the whole just planet and just humanity. But as far as black people being represented on TV shows and film, it was a really strong year for us.
It really was. It really was. Um,
yeah, the only thing I didn't really fuck with about the show was the transracial episode. Like I thought that shit was
yeah,
really
yeah,
reductive and kind of stupid, but other than
yeah,
that, like yeah, it it certainly had its merits and whatnot.
yeah. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
man, like Don said, 2016 was definitely a trash year, but it gave us some of the best black art, and that's what we do. Like we, I think the defining moment to summarize what black people can do was the nigger neighbor shit. That sums up black people in a nutshell because we turned something obviously offensive, obviously hurtful. Even if the shit was
It was a
thought
mistake that
of
that
it
could
was a
have been
mistake.
it could have went the whole wrong way, but it went the whole right way instead.
Right. That could have went. We could have been angry and justifiably so. We could have been mad. We could have think pieced the shit. Again, justifiably so. But instead, we turned that mistake and we turned that shit into a fucking hilarious ass hashtag that had us in stitches for a smooth 48 hours. That summarizes black people there. We shouldn't have to, but oftentimes we turn bullshit and turn it into roses. That's just what we do. I don't know how we do it. I don't know what kind of fucking gene is in us that we'll just turn water into wine. I don't know what the fuck it is. I
It's
don't
the
know.
ancestors, bro. That's all.
Look, it gotta be something. I don't know if like secretly we were built in a lab with LeBron James or some shit like that. I don't know. But I love that shit about us. We can turn the most infuriating bullshit and flip it and turn that shit into magic. And that is fucking awesome. Speaking of shit that is not awesome.
Oh boy.
uh, so
I don't know where you're going with this. That's all I don't like
um
that transition.
so over the weekend, Friday, it was the inauguration of some people's president.
All right, that's great.
Uh,
Next topic.
um, and the day after, there was a protest, a march, a worldwide march at that, of called the Women's March, and it was a organized event by women all over the world. Literally, it was motherfuckers in Antarctica fucking protesting. They protested the inauguration of the Cheeto. And it was basically women saying no. It was keeping it a book. It was predominantly white women. That's how it started out. Then people was like, especially women of color, was like, "Excuse me, bitch," and they changed it because originally wasn't it named like the A Million Women's Marches and shit like that.
Right, yeah, and they was like, no, no, this happened in Philadelphia already. Pull,
Right,
pull back.
right. Like they was like, "Nah, sis, nah," and they changed it to the Women's March. And I I have mixed feelings about it, to be perfectly honest. But Dan and Don, I'll let y'all go first because I've, I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to speak for y'all, but we are all pretty kind of like minded. But the floor is y'all. Y'all open up. Y'all toss the alley, and then I'll just come in and I won't slam dunk it, but I'll just act like I did and just like hype us and shit like niggas swag surfing and shit. So go ahead.
Don, I'm gonna go ahead and defer to you. I'm gonna come in afterwards.
Okay, well, first and foremost, just the creativity of the signs was really good. A lot of
Yes.
good signage out there. Some of the signs I saw that caught my eye. There was one that was like, "This pussy grabs back." That was a pretty good one. That was like, the difference between Donald Trump and a cunt is that he's not as warm and soft on the inside.
God
That was a good one.
damn.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. Some of the signs were really good. Now, my first initial thought was just like, damn, y'all about 4 months too late on all this organization and putting
Yeah.
people, in
Yeah.
movement to show their solidarity against the tyranny of the actions of the dude. But
I like how
what
Don
can you
said that like
say?
an old ass nigga.
They're trying they're trying to show some type of movement or some type of solidarity, even though the truth is y'all need to be talking to the other half of y'all who didn't show up that voted for him. So because as black folks and black women especially, they did and we did our part. So we just have to look at them and just have our arms folded and every day turn on the news and see something that's fucked up and say that's y'all's fault,
Right,
and just do the sonic pat with our foot and just be like, we we can't do nothing but just look at y'all with that look on our face that Michelle Obama had on every gif and every photo that I saw. It's just like,
Yes.
we we tried to tell y'all, and now we got to look here and watch all these things happen and just wear that screw face. And I think that's probably going to be the thing that I take away from the whole weekend, regardless of the march or the inauguration or the alternate facts and all that stuff. It's just
Most
Michelle
hilarious shit I
Obama's
ever heard.
face and all of these pictures and all of these gifts, because we probably going to be having that same face for the next 4 years.
Dan?
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much precisely where I am with it. Like I liked seeing that people kind of galvanized and found that fire in their belly about something finally. Um, my prevailing hope is that it don't stop there. Um, we can't do one march on January 21st, hours into this man's presidency and think, oh, we done enough. It's going to be real important going forward to, first off, continue to look out for the marginalized communities, whether they be trans women, minorities, poor, low formal education, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's going to be real important to uplift that community. Now, I ain't saying you got to take a poor person and make them rich, but you got to take a poor person to give them a chance and invest in them and hear their stories and hear why their life, is the way it is and why, the narratives that they share and the truths that they share have been formulated as such. Um, and to include all facets of a person's identity, not to just say, "Oh, well, I spoke with this human," and then trying to be real reductive and like trying to take race out of it or trying to take
Trying
gender.
to all lives matter to shit.
Right. Um, it's going to be important to say, "Hey, look, I had a talk with with the black woman who was a single mother, and this is how she's struggling, and this is how things in this presidency stand to affect her." Um, or I talked with a college dropout who couldn't afford to go to school anymore, but has all these great ideas, and we're gonna find a way for her to, to work and to, get these ideas out there. Um, that's gonna be real important going forward. And again, this gonna be something that I guarantee you, some people are gonna forget about on the way. It just is what it is. But
Yeah.
for those who are legit, like committed to this shit, who are down for this cause and want to do this work, like that's gonna be like the most important thing. So yes, no, like I will say that the marches were on surface a net positive, um, including when old boy got decked in the fucking face, Richard Spencer, whatever his name is.
It's fucking beautiful, bro. The
How
one
do
that
you
the one that the one that killed me was when they mixed it with Cranes in the Sky. That one took me out. That one and the one where they mixed it with the Sonic rings falling out of him. That
Yeah,
those two there.
I just wanted to see somebody mix Jaquan's "Tipsy," the beginning of that beat, into there. You know, like where the beat drop,
Yeah,
like that
I
first
think
that first
somebody
little
did.
stomp.
They even no, they did grinding. Yeah, I'm thinking of
Okay, yeah,
grinding. Sorry.
I would take Grinding too. I go look for it, but yeah. So I mean, yes, there's those things, and these things all they feel good. Yeah, they rustle the jimmies or what have you, and I am fine with people doing things that make them feel good. I just want, again, like for these to not be singular incidents where come Monday, like there was the one picture, the three women were up on the flatbed taking selfies and like scanning the Instagram and shit, while a black woman, with her little lollipop chilling, was like, 53% of y'all voted for his ass.
Right.
I voted for his ass. So I hope people see that those. I hope people see those kind of images and that they resonate with them and say, you know what, that's more poignant than the fact that I was at this march at all, or that's more salient than just the fact that I showed up at this event and I made a cute little sign and I wore my little pink vagina hat or whatever. Like, don't leave it at that and have that in your shadow box for the next several months, years, or whatever, and think that you did the work, because that ain't the work. Black women have been women of color have been like been, especially black women. Um,
Trying to
put
save us for the
balance.
brink of fucking destruction.
Right. And it will behoove, again, the rest of these communities that are doing this for the first time to pay the hell attention. So
Yep. Anything else before I go?
I just wanted to say, I think that that's what we're going to find out is going to be just lost in general, regardless of what you thought Obama did or didn't do. Just his humanity as far as being in the office of the president and trying to look out for everybody, for the communities that didn't have anybody looking out for them, for the college kids who needed breaks on their loans. You know what I'm saying? He was the first president to really listen to them and take them seriously and say, okay, we can try to do something for them. We can try to do something for this group, that group. Just, he was trying to be a president of the people. And Donald Trump is just going to run everything like a business. If you're not about making money, or you just cost money, and he's going to try to lop as much as he can off of that. And I think that's what we're just going to miss in these next 4 years, is just that compassion that Obama had for everybody.
right, and all of the Bible thumping gun locker huggers, which just seems like a ridiculous thing to say about somebody at all, but applies to so many people. Still have their guns at the end of Obama's 8 years. How about that? They were afraid of nothing, punk assholes.
All right. Um. So I agree with everything y'all said. I have mixed feelings about it because I if I'm gonna be frank and perfectly honest, like I agree that it was nice to see, but at the same time, specifically for the white women, it's too little, too late. Now there were, you know, a lot of marches and a lot of people organized. Like they, like the reason, if we're keeping it in the book, the reason that it was even the women's march as it was is because, like we said, black women, they was like, nah, they was like, nah, w- black women need to get in here. Other marginalized women need to get in here. The Latino, trans women need to get in here. They need to speak because at the end of the day, we can say we can march and do all this hooping and hollering. At the end of the day, 53% of us, white women, voted for this or voted for this orange bastard, and this is on us. Um, which some people have a problem with, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I it's like it's a good thing, you know. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like again, it's like little too late. And I saw a lot of black women on the TL like, nah, like that's y'all march, good for you, but we tried to tell y'all, y'all the ones voted for them. This y'all, this on y'all. If you want, when we wanted and needed your help to try to keep this motherfucker out of office, y'all y'all betrayed your interest, y'all sunk into your privilege, you sunk into your whiteness, and was like, fuck it, let's give racism a chance. That's what 53%, 66%, whatever the percentage, majority of white women voted for this orange motherfucker. So black women were like, no, like I'm not coming to your march. You know, good for the women that did. More power to you, but nah, I ain't fucking going because I don't. We did what we were supposed to do. We
Right.
tried. This on y'all, so y'all fix it now. And I'm kind of in agreement with those black women. Now, at the same time, there were black women that were out there speaking. I think Janelle Monáe spoke, Angela Davis, Maxine Waters, who has become the heroine we did not deserve. Uh, like they were out there, and like I don't want to take away any, you know, credit to them. I don't want to take away any work that they did. I think FJ spoke. Like I think Leslie Mack was out there. Like I don't want to discredit any of the work that these black women have been putting in, for for everybody, just for common fucking sense, for humanity. I don't want to discredit that. My personal feeling on it is, for those white women, it's just kind of a little too late. And then even still, like I saw some, you know, I saw, or at least in one instance, if you don't follow her, she's a trans woman of color on Twitter. She's very visible, very vocal. Um, Raquel Willis, I believe. Let me make sure I'm getting her name right because I
Mhm.
don't. Yes, Raquel Willis. She was supposed to speak, and they cut her mic off mid speech. So it's like, even though it's this, you know, rah rah, let's get, you know, let's stand against the Cheeto. It's still problems with the intersectionality, even at these, you know, pro women but anti-Trump marches, like some of them. So you know, it's that kind of shit where it's like it's a good thing, but at the same time, like white women, like y'all, like it, it you can't be mad if some people ain't fucking with you, dog. Like I'm sorry because, and like I know some people, and this is what I got this and one more thing I get to, and then we can move on. Cause I saw some people, for the record, well I saw at least a thread from from one person. I think she was a white woman. And I saw like it got like a whole bunch of RTs. So you know, I obviously some people agree with this. Like, um, saying that while white women do need to be held accountable, um, do need to be held accountable for not having common fucking sense and not voting for this motherfucker. At the same time, it's misogynistic to to just single out white women and not hold white men accountable. And while I'm not necessarily saying that's not valid, but if we keeping it a buck, nobody expects shit from white men. like I'm like like Trump was gonna get the white man vote regardless.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to poo poo that point. Um
Well, he ran as a Republican, so of course he was.
right, I'm not trying to poo poo that point. And I get it. Like I can't tell a woman shit about what's misogynistic or what's sexist or whatever. Because I mean, I'm a man. I'm a cisgender heterosexual man. Like who am I to tell you what is a sexist? But what I will say is that might not be the cross you want to bear in this instance. Because let's keep it above. Trying to hold white men accountable and hold white men to a higher standard is like trying to beat a fish with a shark. I mean, beat a shark with a fish. Like it's not. The two don't mix. Like trying to hold a white man accountable, like trying to hold a white man accountable for anything is like trying to. It's like it's like trying to bring a knife to a gunfight. Like it's not like nobody really expects anything of white men. I'm not saying that's not fucked up because it is, but I mean, what have white men in the history of whiteness ever shown you to for you to think that they would do the right thing and not vote for the devil? Like you know, it's like I hear you, but at the same time, it's like this might not this might not want to be the hill you down on in this situation. Any other situation, I, you know, hats off to you. But in this instance, I don't know if that's the hill you want to die on at this moment in this time when, just like with white men, the majority of you voted for the devil. Like I don't. That might not be able to hear you down, but in closing, one more thing. Speaking of men, um, this also was not a time for men to try to, and I'm thankful I didn't see this on Twitter. At least not much, but this wasn't a time for men to like try to speak and spearhead and speak over and basically go for XNLB. This was not a time for niggas to do that because Van Jones.
That nigga was disappointing.
Very. Because this whole kumbaya, no, people who voted for Trump ain't bad. Motherfucker, what? 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 Like, if it was any other election, maybe you could slide with that. Maybe. If it was any other election and any other Republican that went up against Hillary Clinton, yeah, I maybe you could slide with that. That they're not bad people. They just made a bad choice or whatever the hell. You know, in any other election, okay, not this one, dog. This wasn't that. Not this one. If you voted for Trump, you are a terrible person. Like it's not it. This motherfucker literally campaigned on nothing but hate for everybody. Almost every group that's not rich and white and a male, this motherfucker preached hate speech to, and motherfuckers loved that shit and voted for his ass. You cannot tell me somebody that whose whole campaign is based off hate that the people that don't vote that voted for him aren't bad people. Like the fuck are you talking about? And then this love army, we're gonna reach across the bridge and extend the olive branch to motherfuckers that hate people, like are trying to take people's rights away, trying to take away like motherfucker, the LGBTQ page on the White House site is gone. Motherfucker, that shit is gone. The initiatives and prohibitions and the research that the Obama administration did on like sexual assault on college campuses and stuff, and initiatives to limit and monitor and this oh shit, I'm fucking up the word. Disencourage domestic violence and hold domestic violence to a high standard. That shit is gone from the White House, bro. They've already got rid of 25 initiatives that on Joe Biden's big thing about investigating the college assault on college campuses. That shit is gone. The Department of Justice findings on policing and race. That shit is gone from the White House site, bro. That does not happen if the Cheeto doesn't get in office. That does not happen. That shit stays up. So you cannot tell me the GOP is already canceling Planned Parenthood and again regulating women's bodies and shit. That it's going to a point where if they have their way that they want to, they are going to literally be able to regulate women's bodies down to maybe even when they can have sex. Like, this shit is not a fucking game. So you cannot tell me anybody that voted for this motherfucker is not a bad person. That ain't a fucking choice. You voted against motherfuckers' humanity. You are not ain't no damn you not a bad person. You voted against motherfuckers' livelihood, motherfuckers' humanity, motherfuckers' rights. That's what you voted for when you voted for Trump. So fuck this love army, reach across the pond and reach an understanding. Fuck that shit. And for Van Jones, look, look,
Who was great on election night, by the way.
great on election night. Look, I know there are certain niggas that need to be the peacemakers. I understand that. And in some of my older friendships, and even now, I've always been the peacemaker. I understand that. I understand sometimes you do need, I understand sometimes talking to somebody can change their perspective, can change their views. I get that. I completely understand that. You ain't doing that with somebody that supports Trump. No, no, you cannot reason with motherfuckers that have shown you time and time and time and time and time and time again. They do not respect your motherfucking humanity. That shit is a futile fucking effort. You are wasting your motherfucking time trying to explain your humanities to motherfuckers that do not give a fuck about you. That shit does not work. All that does is fuck with your sanity and humanity. No, that shit. No, Van Jones, no, and you know better. Like, look, I know there's some niggas just like President Obama. I know some niggas do not have that militant fuck you white motherfuckers in them. I know this. Not honestly, not every nigga needs to be like that if we keeping it a perfectly 100. But what you don't do is flat out fucking lie. Like, no. Anybody that voted for Trump is a bad person. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And this is why, and I saw this brought up, and I promise y'all, I'm finna stop it and we gonna move on. But I saw this brought up. This is why sometimes women, specifically black feminists, do not want black men, um, cis het black men speaking at some of these events and in some of these spaces because a lot of times we do not know what the fuck we are talking about and we put our foot in our goddamn mouths and we try to appease that other side, so to say. Maxine Waters ain't say shit about loving somebody that voted for Trump. Not a goddamn thing. She didn't say nothing about this love army. She said, no, we gonna do everything in our power to stop you from stripping people of their humanity. She didn't say a damn thing about this come together love army shit. That was all Van Jones. That's why sometimes they don't want black women and black feminists don't want black men speaking in these spaces of this shit because we say some of the dumbest things, some of the dumbest shit. Okay, y'all go ahead. I'm sorry, I had that rant on my spirit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This has been another episode of the Crown and College Show, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all next week.
Well,
Sorry
it's
about
just
that,
funny
y'all.
to me that I saw the jig from the beginning. Being the guy that, has watched pro wrestling his whole life, he was doing Stone Cold in 1996. If you remember that time as a wrestling fan, Bret Hart would be Obama / Hillary Clinton. He was a good guy. He was a smart guy. He was the best wrestler. technically in probably the world at the time. Here comes Stone Cold. All he's doing is talking trash about him, running them down, telling them saying the worst things about every other wrestler in the company every week on the mic. And the people loved it because it was raw, it was unfiltered, it was what they probably thought about Bret Hart. That was probably he told Bret Hart, "Hey son, you put an S in front of Hitman. That's what I think about you."
Jeez.
Nigga.
In a wrestling promo. Now, of course, it was all to build up a negative effect on him to get people to turn against them, but it worked in the opposite direction and people ate it up. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all of the logic and the common sense of what Bret Hart was saying every week of, hey, I'm a good wrestler. I'm a good guy. I don't have to cheat. I don't come out here and talk about people. I do all my business in the ring. I don't have to talk trash and all this stuff. Nobody wanted to hear that. Everybody turned against that and was embracing the foul mouth and the boorishness and the outrageousness. And that's exactly what Trump was doing. In the primaries, that's all he was doing. And I called it from the beginning. I said, he's doing Stone Cold. He's playing the heel. He's somebody's got to be a bad guy. Nobody wants to be a bad guy. Trump's being the bad guy. He gonna talk about everybody, and nobody stood up and punched him in the face back with their words. Everybody cowered to him, and so he just kept up the act. And then it started gaining steam. And then when you come up in the primary and the election in general against Hillary, she had no charisma. Elections and the presidency are all about charisma because it's about being on TV. Everything on TV is about charisma. The person that pops off the screen the biggest and brightest usually will win a popularity contest. And that's eventually what an election is. So, with a little bit of help from his friends, the new FBI director and Putin and a couple other guys just to sweeten up the pot here and there, got to have a little Mr. Fuji interference. It's wrestling. You're a bad guy. Got to cheat a little bit. Then he comes out in the press and then he tells the press, when he's clearly wrong, no, I'm not wrong. Bad guy 101. Everybody sees you lose in a ring, but then you come out on TV and you deny it. No, that didn't happen. So this happened, that happened, everything other than what actually happened. It's wrestling 101. And he took it all the way from just a flash in the pan idea all the way up to the White House. It's amazing to me to watch it play out and tell people 2 years ago, hey, don't fall for it. It's just promos. He's just talking loud. He's not saying nothing. But everybody in the country, everybody in the middle of the country felt galvanized because that's what they felt like. Oh my gosh, it's too much gay stuff on TV. Oh my gosh, the black people are called making us feel bad because guys, they're bringing all attention to all this bad stuff we're doing. Oh my gosh, they were feeling all this guilt, and then here comes Trump spouting all this anti-guilt stuff, and they was like, yeah, we'll get behind that because that makes us feel good. And now we here.
Yep. And really, the only thing I got to add was, I wrote about this shit this time a year ago. I think I talked about it on the show this time a year ago. I left no shortage of commentary on the fact that, if people didn't step up and see the obvious bad for the obvious bad that it was, that the obvious bad was going to prevail. And here the fuck we are. The obvious bad has prevailed. There's no telling what Hillary Clinton would have done, but I can tell you a lot of shit she wouldn't have done. And most of it consists of pretty much everything Trump is actually now doing. And we are on day 4 of this shit.
Yeah, like
Does not seem to
and
be.
I
I'm
will
not
say
done.
this.
I
I
wasn't
will
done.
say this. I will
I
say
wasn't
this.
done. I wasn't done.
Oh, my bad.
Um,
My bad.
we are on day 4 of this. We still got most of 4 years to go. We got a leap year. We got midterms. We got so many things, and this is a problem that's going to get worse before it gets better. A lot of shit will get cut. A lot of programs will be ended, reduced, modified, altered, worsened, um, with the stroke of his pen. And that's all it takes right now because they have a congressman a majority. I mean, they have a House majority. The Senate has been needing to basically filibuster shit to keep it from getting scorched earth like already. But this is where we are, and this is in small part where apathy got us. Um, and when I say us, I don't mean the large majority of black people, in particular black women, who did this voting shit the right way. Um, but at the same time, like there were a lot of people in our age group who threw votes away, who kept saying shit like Hillary and Trump are the same. And here we are 4 days into this man's presidency, two of which he took off. Let's not forget that. He took the inauguration and went to work Monday. He didn't start right away. And for someone to say they're the same, and we're talking about emails and a mild case of pneumonia versus this shit, fuck that. They're nowhere near the same, and I'm embarrassed to be an American. I'm embarrassed to, sometimes look in the face of other people, to look across the aisle and see, hey, this person voted for Trump. And they're happy with what's going on. They prefer the erosion of rights, freedoms, and protections given to marginalized people in the 8 years under President Obama. They love this. They're eating this shit up. This is a source of joy for them, and it's fucked up because so many people stand to suffer as a result. And one day it's gonna be their day, and then the joy won't be so joyous no more. But by then it's gonna be too fucking late. So I don't know. I just that's what really annoys me. Again, the fact that I've been saying this shit for well over a year, just people say, "Oh, we should give him a chance." Well, yeah, look at what he's doing with his chance. He's fucking shit up for people already. There ain't no more chance.
Like we don't have any ambassadors. We don't have a CIA director. We don't have a Secretary of State. I'm just out here, just chilling in the world. Everybody looking at us like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, like I'll say this. I will say this. Um, and it's fine if we disagree here, but seeing the lesser of two evils, quote unquote, literally bow, and work with the bigger evil, and not just in like one isolated event, like multiple people on the left, people that have the power, even though majority Republican, House, Senate, all that shit, even people that still have a little bit of stand power, to see them like basically give up on this shit, I can see why black people specifically, I'm talking just about black people, because ultimately, while I care, I kind of don't care what white people do, if that makes sense. But seeing like the left basically be the right's bitch with no, other than black women, like no opposition, I kind of see why some black people say fuck this shit, dog. And I'm being 100% sincere. Like, and this is as somebody that doesn't believe they the same, quote unquote, but I see why people can be like fuck this shit, because if you're the left and you want to get back to prominence, quote unquote prominence, because I mean Republicans been kicking ass forever, but let's other than Obama, like Obama was all one Washington Generals quarter versus the Harlem Globetrotters that we win, but in the totality, we getting our ass kicked. But seeing motherfuckers literally just be like, fuck it, let's just kiss the Republicans' ass. Let's just let them do anything they want to do, like having no backbone. I see why some black people say fuck this shit, dog. I really do. I ain't there myself, but I can see why. I can see why. Cause this shit is fucking embarrassing. Just as embarrassing as white people, white men, white women, whatever, letting the shit happen. It's also equally embarrassing to see the left tout themselves as the party of common sense and the party of humanity, basically kissing the ass of people who don't respect people's humanity. That shit is fucking infuriating and embarrassing. And I get why some niggas say fuck it. I really do. That's all I that's all I had to say on that. Speaking of kissing ass, so there were some Negroes who went basically to shine Donald Trump's shoes, and chief among them were Steve Harvey, Jesse Jackson, Chrisette Michelle.
I was saying, can we please take a moment right now and laugh at Chrisette Michelle? She fell off
Yes,
faster than Stacey Dash did.
yeah, we were gonna laugh at her anyway, but yes, we could take a moment to laugh right now.
Boy, she really thought Trump was gonna meet with her and talk with her about some old shit, and it was Trump had other plans, and I don't know why she didn't know that already, but whoo, boy, she took a major fucking L.
Ooh, boy, bruh. And one,
Questlove tried to pay her to save for the embarrassment. Offered to pay the lady. Say,
okay,
hey,
we echo.
whatever they paying you, I
Push
will
pause.
give you that plus more.
Okay, we were echoing for a minute, but we ain't echoing no more. Internet's all part of our class. Uh, but yeah, so let's just I got it in the notes here. So Steve Harvey met with Trump last week and lied. Well, maybe he did lie, maybe he didn't. He said that he wanted to meet with. He was asked to meet with Trump. We covered it last week with Helen. He said he wanted to meet with Trump, and he talked about fixing the damage in the black community in the inner cities, which apparently that's where all black people live is the inner cities, apparently. And when they say inner cities, they really code switching to say Chicago. We keep it at 100. And so that he was gonna work with Ben Carson, who, by the way, this kind of goes back into my last tangent. Um, people who voted, some of the people who voted for Ben Carson, to be the overseer of HUD, some Democrats. Um, I they some fucking cowards, dog. Like I got it ain't no way for me to sugarcoat the shit. They are some fucking cowards. But anyway, off that. So Steve Harvey, mostly everybody, got on Steve's ass because it's like, why the fuck are you mean with Trump? Uh, and so Steve got in his feelings saying that he got on his radio show, and I don't have the quote pulled up here, but I remember it. I remember people talking about it. He's said that people going in on him for me with Trump really hurt him and really hurt his feelings. He said that you got to start somewhere. You got to meet across the table. And basically that he was hurt that a lot of black people turned on him because he went and met with Trump. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let y'all have this. I'm gonna mute myself. As a matter of fact, y'all have this.
Fuck Steve Harvey.
He had to answer to his wife. That's who I think she gathered them up for all of us. Because he quickly put out on Instagram that he would not be attending the inauguration.
Listen. Majorie Harvey said, excuse you, nigga. We going who? Well, nah. Stay your ass home and tell a lie saying that we going on vacation. The fuck is wrong with you? Majorie Harvey wasn't about that shit, but like, nigga, first of all, one, Trump don't give a shit. Like we said last week, Trump do not give a shit about your black ass. He do not give a shit about nobody's black ass other than maybe Ben Carson, maybe, and that's only because he'll do Ben Carson to do what the fuck he wanted to do. Other than that, Trump don't give a shit about nobody but Trump. So you not fixing no damn. This is the same motherfucker that told black people in one of his damn speeches, "What do you got to lose?" He basically told black people, "You ain't shit. The Democrats ain't shit. Try me. What do you got to lose?" And you think this motherfucker care? You think this motherfucker is genuine and sincere? And you had the audacity to be mad at black people that are mad at you for meeting with a motherfucker that don't respect us? Like, fuck Steve Harvey. Like, nigga, the only thing we need you to be crying about is when the last season of Family Feud gonna air. That's all we need you to be crying about. The people that fuck with him, because I've been stopped fucking with Steve Harvey. If it ain't Family Feud, I don't want to see the nigga. Them goddamn Michael Irvin ass suits. Uh, then we had Jesse Jackson saying that Donald Trump's inauguration speech was full of hope, promise, and inclusion.
Where?
Daniel.
Where was this? When was this? Was I there? I didn't get that goddamn email. You got that email?
My email was broke.
Yeah, I sure as hell didn't get that summary. I know the one I did get, but that wasn't it. And I'll be damned.
Don, did you get that email?
I actually didn't see the speech, so I didn't get none of his messages. Thankfully, I
Well,
was on avoidance all day for the inauguration. I actually managed to only see the Michelle Obama stuff. So I did pretty good. I didn't hear any of his speech. I didn't see any of his events, them eating the little lunch or any of that stuff. The motorcade, the parade, none of that. I was on
well,
total blackout.
smart. It's just nigga, you wasn't doing that shit for black people. You just wanted a photo out with this motherfucker. Like, stop. The audacity. I mean, the goddamn audacity. And for Jesse Jackson, what my sister told me a long time ago, long time ago, that Jesse Jackson and damn Al Sharpton ain't nothing but publicity pimps. And I'll be damned if in 2017, I'm like, sis, you sure was right. Them motherfuckers ain't nothing but publicity pimps, nigga. And also, as we alluded to, Chrisette Michelle. Chrisette Michelle said she wanted to meet with Donald Trump and
Good old cassette
sing
Michelle.
hilarious and sing for Donald Trump and quoted Martin Luther damn King in the most Tyrese ass of fonts that nobody damn asked for. And then, as Dan alluded to, then didn't get to meet with the motherfucker and only got paid. I think she got paid like, I want to say like whatever pennies are to like Jay-Z and Beyonce, that's what K Michelle got paid. Like I don't even think that shit had like but two commas. No, but one comma. I don't think it had but like one comma or like two zeros or some shit. Like that's what she got paid. So you sold your soul to the devil and shoe shine for like a dinner at like Old Charlie's or some shit.
Yeah, you
Like
gotta you sold your soul for a voucher.
she sold her soul for an IOU. And now you mad saying you wanted to give a voice for the voiceless. First of all, from what I heard, first of all, she ain't got but like 3 songs that I like or that I knew of. From what I heard, you ain't got much of a voice to be lending nobody a voice from what I heard. But that ain't my business. Uh but yeah, it's like it's it's that I don't know what it is. It's just some people just love to like kiss up to the oppressor or align themselves with the oppressor. And like honestly, I really don't care about that. Like if you're gonna sell out, sell out. But don't sell out and then like either say you selling out for the betterment of black people or then blame black people for not fucking with you because you selling out to the fucking devil. Like, fuck that shit. Fuck that and you.
Yeah, Cam Newton had to figure that out the hard way this year.
Hey, I will say though, I will say, um, as much as we crack jokes, and I damn sure crack jokes, that motherfucker, that motherfucker fashion. Somebody loved that shit. That motherfucker, I think it was Mel when she was on with us. She said she said that motherfucker is Auntie Gold. Cam Newton be dressing in the finest of young deaconess robes, like the finest. He be Cam Newton be dressing in the finest of Forever 21, um, Forever 21, Gucci and Gabbana couture, the finest, the finest of extra long Facebook names couture, the finest. All right.
Speaking of Facebook, is yours like charged to the maximum?
You know what, Dan? You know what? You know what? Not gonna let you blow my high. You know what? I'm in the words of Michelle Obama. I'm going to rise above, and when you go low, I shall go high, and professionally continue this podcast. Brought to you by the CSPN. Shop all our wonderful sponsors at cspn.us. Click on that Keep Our uh, Podcast Free tab. You can scroll and shop with all our wonderful sponsors, such as Amazon. Use that promo code OTOY to shop and get 50% off of any purchase. You can shop with Busted Tees. You can shop, and get you a fun, nice, cool shirt. You can get a shirt. I speaking of my line, be a greater hoe, not a hater hoe. Will be out soon. You can purchase that. You can shop with all our wonderful sponsors. You all this does is give the podcast network a portion of the proceeds, and so it'll help give us bandwidth. So you won't have to pay to listen to me and Sarone sound like a pair of stolen Air Max 95s. All right. So as y'all know, not last week. Um, we yes, it was last week. We this we introduced a new segment, which is my own segment called Ratchet Recap. Where I will be recapping Love and Flip Flops because I have gotten back into Ratchet TV. And if I have a co-host that watches it with me, we shall recap. But for the most part, this is me talking about people Dan knows nothing about.
Yeah, this is
And
what I affectionately call Mona Night Raw because it goes up against Monday Night Raw at the same time. And
yes,
our co-host Dee Dee, I can always tell when Mona's got the best storyline because she'll be kind of a little bit late to our live tweet.
Hmm.
Hashtag Rawcast every Monday.
yes.
Um, so
Shout out to
yeah,
Didi. Love you, Didi.
so so
Like
so
down at
so so that's when I know that it'd be fire. Now if she come in there like right at like 8:15 or so, I'll be like, oh, they must be shamming.
Yes, but look. Okay, so this week's episode, the coup de grace, obviously the meat of the whole damn season, to me, in my personal opinion, is the storyline of Monte Carlo's baby mothers in the All Miracle Children Medal Bowl. Um, so last week, Yandy and Samantha got to fighting, quote unquote. Um, because Samantha basically told Yandy, bitch, you don't know now. And Yandy had again the most white womanist of ass responses. Like Yandy, like for real, is like a white woman of color. Like if we keeping it 100, nah, fuck that. I don't even want to say white woman of color. Yandy is a white woman. Cause like she just has the most over the top, unnecessary ass, extra ass responses. And she always in some shit and just line, line for no damn reason. Um, and of course, in the midst of all this confusion and bullshit, the angel, the person we must protect at all costs, Erica, the Beyonce of Matlock's baby mamas, she was like, okay, you know what? We don't fuck with you. We don't trust you. And she dropped the coldest line of the whole damn night. she dropped the coldest line. She said, "I don't know why you trying to floss with your nigga. Both of us, me and Samantha, both of us already had him. That's old news. So are you. Let's move on. Oh, and by the way, y'all ain't really married, so let's just move on. Again, we must protect Erica at all costs. Erica is the Beyonce of 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 um of of Metro PCS's Angels that we did not deserve. She is the Beyonce of that group, and so apparently they're going to have a the birthday for little Megatron. Which by the way, damn near everybody on this season has it's in some shit and they're saying it's for the kids. No, it ain't. Y'all just Mona paying y'all good money to act the whole ass. That's all that shit is. And cause y'all ain't coming together for the damn kids. Y'all don't even like each other and whatever. But Yandy is really a messy bitch that lives for drama, and I'll get to that later. So then we had Kimbella, Joel Santana's wife. Her and Yandy are supposed to be besties. And Kimbella is really the Meg of the show. Like she's uninteresting. Her wigs be wrong. She be all over the place. She is like Kimbella is like the Khloe Kardashian of love and hip hop. Like she just there taking up space for no damn reason. Like she really serves no purpose. Um, and yeah, so she's married to Joel Santana, who is managed by Yandy. Now, first of all, who the fuck is willingly being managed by Yandy Harris? Like who? Like no wonder Joel's ain't been in the studio making music like in a good grip because he got fucking Yandy as his manager. I can't even trust Yandy to be honest about not being married to municipal munis fuck it. I can't even trust Yandy. I can't say that word. I can't even trust Yandy to not lie about being married to Mercury. So ain't no goddamn way I'm finna entrust her with my damn music career. Like, no. But in this situation, Yandy actually has a point, and Kimbella is overstepping her boundaries because I get you as your husband, but that's Yandy is his manager. She can't disclose information about him and what he is his music and what is in the studio all willy nilly because that's his manager. Yes, that's your husband. That's also your best friend, and you actually putting her in a fucked up situation where she can't win. She either tell and potentially lose her client and potentially get sued, and she already ain't got no damn money because she a scammer. So and potentially get sued, or you don't tell he does she doesn't tell you, and now you pissed and she lost her best friend because you being a nosy and overstepping your boundary. So again, Kimbella, why? Then we have Peter. Oh wait, before I get to that, Carter B and Swift gonna fuck, and I've been called that from jump. Let's move on. Then we have Peter Footface Guns, who is trying to win Tyra back. As you know, Tara and Amina had both of their asses looking like the side chicks and sister wives of Monica and Brandy's past over an ugly ass nigga with 10 fucking kids. He's about to have his 10th child. 10th. 10. Peter Gunn's got a whole ass 5-on-5 squad of damn children. and too broke to take care of at least two of them. Like which is why I was so devastated when Cisco messy ass stole blocked him for getting that money because he needed it. This motherfucker got 10 kids. And so he Tara is 40. I'm just gonna let that marinate. Tara is 40. She had her 40th birthday party. So what this nigga Peter decides to do is in front of God, the whole crowd, and two baby birds, he decides to go full tank. Maybe I deserve and trying to win Tara back. Now, this if this was anybody else, it would have been like nigga no. But because Tara is frequent in Bird, she loved it, and all in honesty, she probably gonna get back with that nigga. It's just it's just I total hit me saying. So that's basically everything important. DJ Self made an appearance, I think, but he's still ugly and look like a foot. No, he actually looks like an index finger. So, um, but yeah, that's it. That's pretty much everything I can remember. Oh, oh. One more thing. I feel so bad for Papoose and Remy Ma. Like, Papoose is a horrible rapper, but god damn it, that man is a wonderful husband. He is a wonderful husband. He loved him some Remy Ma. He was pressuring her to get a baby a little bit much for my taking, but he loved him some Remy, and he would move heaven and earth for Remy Ma. That I admire and I salute that man. They tried to have a baby, and I don't remember the exact medical conditions, but basically Remy can't have kids, and she didn't have the child, and they lost it. And it sucks. My heart broke for Remy. I don't know. I wouldn't have shot that shit. But shout out to Pap for just being an outstanding husband. Don't ever go in the booth ever again, but just be an outstanding husband. And man, that shit was hard to see. That shit was hard to watch. But that's been Ratchet Recap. Hopefully to everybody that watches the show, y'all enjoyed it. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And to those of us that had no idea what the fuck was going on there, feel free to. I hope you fast forward it and hit this right at the 6 minute mark of fast forwarding through the show. Because I'm fucking clueless, to be perfectly honest. I recognized the name Papoose and that was about it. Because I did used to have the Papoose said hashtag.
Which
But
is fucking hilarious. We need to bring that back. No, we can't bring that back. Pat too good of a family man. I can't do it. Not in good faith. I can't do it.
Well, no, he's just not rapping no more. That's
yeah, that too.
Like we will be recycling shit at this point. So
yeah.
All right, with that in mind, what else we got on this run today, Jeremy?
We are going to talk some NFL. Now, if you didn't know. Now, if you didn't know, if you was under a rock, maybe you was in Wisconsin, as the great Reverend T-Pain once said. If you did not know, the Atlanta football Falcons are going to the motherfucking Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck about your ass. I don't give a fuck about your ass. I don't give a fuck about we are going to the motherfucking Super Bowl. The Atlanta Falcons are going to the motherfucking Super Bowl. It's okay because I'm gonna talk all the shit tomorrow, so it don't matter. In the words of my Queen Carter B, it don't matter. It don't matter. We defeated handedly, convincingly, nigga. You can go on me all you want. You can go on me all you want. I've been too gone on. I've been talking all kinds of shit. Nigga, I sound like a bottle of molasses. You can't mute me forever. You be mad. Stay mad. Stay mad. Let it seep into your soul. Let it marinate. Let it fester inside your curls. Let it matriculate down into
you finished or you done?
No, I ain't done. Let it marinate. Let it seed. And you know what brings me great joy, Dan? You know what brings me great joy? Is that you can't stand either one of these damn teams in the Super Bowl. That's what brings me such great joy. You can't stand either one of them. You can't stand either one of them. But you know what? I know it. I know you're going to do it because I already seen you tweet it. But you're going to root for the Patriots in this one just out of the sheer hate for the Falcons. And I love it.
You're damn right I am. Easiest fucking decision I ever had to make.
I love it.
Now you going for the alt-right?
He's going for
the alt-right versus Black Lives Matter, man.
he going
Like
he
hell,
going
I
for
ain't
the
seen a single goddamn Falcons player stand up and say Black Lives Matter. They could kiss my whole ass.
We just talking about because they represent Atlanta. We ain't talking about the actual players.
All right then, I'm talking about the actual players. Fuck the Falcons.
I love it. Let that hate marinate in it. Let it stew in it. Let it fester into your pores, nigga. I love it. I love the fact that you room for Trump supporters just out of spite. I love it. I love the fact that you root for Tom Brady, even
I'm
though
rooting
he
for LeGarrette Blunt because he punched a white man in the face 10 years ago.
On a side note, for real though, LeGarrette Blunt probably is like the only, like he like probably the only nigga on the Patriots that I would see holding up like a Black Lives Matter shirt. If we being perfectly honest, like he the only one.
He
I
the only
don't,
one on either team I see doing it. So there.
excuse you, nigga. Julio, you wish the fuck you had to go alongside Brandon Cook Jones, nigga. The fuck?
And I got Michael Thomas. I ain't running on no fucking Julio Jones.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I hope that helps you sleep at night. Okay.
I ain't on goddamn Julio Jones. Julio
Okay.
Jones could. Who caught more touchdowns this year? Julio
Okay.
Jones or Michael Thomas? Exactly.
All right. Who going to the motherfucking Super Bowl? Julio grown ass goddamn Mad Jones.
Who finna lose the Super Bowl?
Who the fuck lose the Super Bowl? Lose? You know what? You know you have more experience losing. So I have a feeling
Not
that'll go
Super
your
Bowls. I
way.
don't.
We ain't talking about then. We talking about
Not
now, nigga.
not
Y'all ain't been
not
to the Super
not
Bowl.
Super Bowls. I
Y'all ain't
don't.
been to the Super Bowl since Obama had black hair, nigga. I don't want to hear that shit.
Y'all
Fuck
ain't been
y'all
to the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl since before people
Fuck
knew who
y'all
Barack
Super
Obama
Bowl.
was. So fuck
Fuck
you.
y'all Super Bowl.
Fuck
Motherfucking
you
Atlanta
back.
Falcons, nigga. And when we win,
You know
and
what?
when
You
we
know what?
win, when we
You know what?
win, when we
We
win,
need a moderator for this shit. We need a moderator for this shit
when
right
we
now.
win, I'm hosting, and I'm you know what? When we win, I'm hosting the damn hangout. I'm talking all the shit. Now I'm
We need a
talking all
moderator.
the shit.
We need a moderator for this segment of the
We
show
talking
right now.
all the shit.
And Don, I
We
don't
need
know
a
about
Carolina Panthers fan because we need somebody else in y'all's division that
you.
can be a moderator.
I ain't talking. I got somebody else in mind though.
Who?
Um, hold on real quick. Something going on with my microphone.
But Jeremy, I had went out for a late lunch and left the venue about maybe 10 minutes before the game started. So I missed the whole first quarter. I walk in the house and it's already 17-0. I'm like, damn, that's gonna be rough for the Falcons fans now because they up so big, they're gonna spend the next 2.5 hours holding their breath trying to figure out how the hell we're gonna blow this shit.
You know what, Don? I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I was halfway on that because that's the life of a Falcons fan. But at the same time, I had to think about it. I'm like, wait. Yes, they have Aaron Rodgers. And yes, we were in this situation against the 49ers. But a couple of key things triggered that 49ers comeback. Primarily the fact that those motherfuckers had a defense. Me, you, and Dan could go out for Green Bay and play better defense than the Green Bay Packers defensive players. Now, I get that they were banged up and hurt, but fuck that. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, motherfuckers would have all the jokes. And I ain't done, motherfucker. Like I said, I ain't done. I've been talking shit, dog, ever since I've been talking shit since halftime. If we being perfectly 100% honest.
Hey, this thing on? Hello. This thing
Who is
on?
this?
This is a starting quarterback in the NFL. My name is Kirk Cousins. How y'all doing?
Hey, Kirk, what's up, man?
He
Hey,
who
what's
is
going
Kirk
on?
Cousins. It's
Man,
Heard
I
you.
been
got
Heard we got
I got an issue
a
with you,
Radio
man.
Spurs fan on the show today. What's up?
Oh man, I just got some issues with you, man. I hope you get your paper in the off season, but you
hold,
should have
hold,
ran the
hold,
ball.
hold on, dog.
Issues with me?
Hold on. We got interview questions lined up for Hughes, Kirk Cousins. But
Oh shit! All right, well wait, hold on. One of my fans wants to talk to me. Hold tight, Falcons person. What was the question again? Sorry.
No, I was just saying that I hope you do get your money in the off season. I hope you get paid. I'm
You
never
hope,
against a man getting paid.
you hope I get the 22 mil.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
get the 22 amps. I could go throw it up for real off this
yeah,
fourth round money.
yeah. But in a game that we need to win like that again against the New York Giants, in a situation where you can run the ball, run the damn ball. Stop throwing those interceptions at the end of the game. You
Hey,
nearly took me out.
you know what? You're right, and I'm my own biggest critic, and so I look back. That's one of the throws I wish I could have had back because as a starting quarterback in the NFL, that's one of the things we got to do. We got to go back and we got to watch the mistakes we made. We got to vow to be better. And not that we get it right all the time, because those guys are professionals on the defensive side of the ball too. But at the end of the day, it's up to me, Kirk Cousins, who is a starting quarterback in the NFL, to dictate what goes on the field, and that includes what the defense does based on what I want to do. I being Kirk Cousins, of course.
Right. And I heard there's some rumors that you might get traded to San Francisco because
Oh
they're
shit.
talking about stealing Kyle Shanahan from Atlanta and making him their head coach. And then everybody is saying he may trade for you to go to San Francisco. So what do you feel about the climate in San Francisco?
I play where I'm told. Ultimately, I've loved my time in DC. It's been good. I took Glory Boy's starting position, and now he's in Cleveland. And really, San Francisco's not that much better of a position for me. I was starting Washington, and I was starting San Francisco. Why leave?
Okay. Well, your head coach currently, Jay Gruden, is on the fourth year of his fifth-year contract, and no coach under Dan Snyder has ever received an extension. So Cal Shanahan's going to get a fresh deal where you're at least going to get 3 years with him and the money too. So it's maybe something to think about just for the job security of it all.
I'm gonna tell you something. Again, I'm one of 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL, so I should probably know better than this. But I can't name a single wide receiver in San Francisco right now. To be perfectly honest with you, I kind of like the guys I'm surrounded by right now. So hopefully, we can work something out. Hopefully, Jay will stick around for a little bit, and hopefully, I can be here for the long haul.
Well, man, I hope so. I'm looking forward to next year, you getting us into the playoffs and going far. And hopefully we can end up in the NFC Championship game and I can experience a Sunday like Jeremy had this past weekend.
Oh well, if we're going to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be back on the Crown and College show. You better believe that, homeboy.
I can vouch for this. I can vouch for this.
I'm gonna be back on this show.
Kirk Cousins.
Jeremy, I'll open it up to you for your questions.
Yeah, what's up?
Anything else, Jeremy, that you want to question Kirk Cousins about? I'm done.
Yes. Kirk Cousins. He
Yeah,
was Kirk Cousins.
what's up?
When you get your no, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about the contract. I'm talking about when you get paid, not Kirk Cousins. When it's direct deposit day, what song is playing in your head when your direct deposit hit Kirk Cousins?
Nigga, I'm rich is playing in my head. And you could pick an artist, because every rapper has made a song called I'm Rich, whether that was on the Struggle Bars mixtape or if it was on the LP. But I'm going to have a whole playlist full of songs titled I'm Rich, and that's how I'm going to get through my day.
He was Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
What if you go to if on the off chance that you go to San Francisco, what receivers would you want? Would you want on opposite ends of you, Kirk Cousins, on opposite ends of the field? What receivers would you want, Kirk Cousins?
I mean, if you're saying I can have anybody I want, or I got to make do with
Anybody you want, Kirk Cousins. If you could have any top any five receivers right now, if you could have your top five receivers that you would want right now to be throwing the ball to, who would you want? He who is Kirk Cousins, starting quarterback, and one of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. He who is Kirk Cousins.
Let's see. So my wide receivers would definitely be Jordy Nelson and Julian Edelman. And my tight end would be Greg Olson. And it'd be great if in San Francisco we drafted Christian McCaffrey. It would be great if we could get him in the second round. That'd be a nice little core right there for me to work with.
He who is Kirk Cousins.
Huh.
Who?
Wait, motherfucker, you didn't get it? I named all white people. Come on, I got to point out everything.
We let that slide, Kirk Cousins.
You ain't supposed to let that slide. Come on, man.
It was obvious, but we let that slide.
Come on, man.
Come back. we let that.
And give me Riley Cooper in the slot for good measure. There we go.
Just in case you gotta fight a few people.
That's right.
Swear to God, I can't. He who is Kirk Cousins.
What?
One of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
That's me.
What? If you were you watch the NBA, correct, Kirk Cousins?
Of course I do. What kind of question is that?
What What is wrong with the Cavaliers? He who was Kirk Cousins.
Well, the Cavaliers just finished a really long West Coast swing. Teams usually come out of those a little bit battle tested and not necessarily what I want to say improved as a result of it. Because again, just being on the road so much up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, different city every night, every other night. I can see why that would be a challenge. And so, they got this guy Corver that they're trying to implement into the offense, and he's a floor spacer. So maybe some of the other floor spacers are being asked to do some different things. And I mean, LeBron is still LeBron. That has not changed. And Kyrie Irving seems like he's taking the next step as well. But in the end, this looks like fatigue. I mean, he lost to the fucking Pelicans last night. Losing to the
This is
Pelicans,
true.
losing to the
What
Pelicans with Anthony Davis would have been bad enough, but he didn't even play.
they
And
won.
LeBron didn't put in his 2 week vacation that he usually does in like December, January. He has like the last couple of years where he
He took,
just like sit out for like 5 games.
yeah, he took some early games, but yeah, no, I'm a little bit surprised to see that he didn't do that certainly at any point on this trip. And it kind of reflected in the play of the whole team. Like they go as he goes, and so I don't know. I feel like they're gonna be all right. They can just probably cruise until All Star break, get some good sit down time, and then come back on the other side of that reinvigorated and ready to um, beat teams that squandered 3-1 leads in the finals.
He who was Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
As we are recording right now, there on BET, there is the part one to the New Edition movie. What is your favorite New Edition song?
I'm gonna have to go with Mr. Telephone Man.
Good choice. He who is Kirk Cousins, one of the better covers of all time, in my opinion, of
Yes.
anybody.
And I mean, come on, how can you deny the greatness that is Ricky Bell?
That
How
is
can,
correct. That is correct. He who is Kirk Cousins. He who is Kirk Cousins. One more question, and this is an old topic, but I wanted your thoughts. As someone who has faced the adversity as one of the starting 32 quarterbacks in the NFL, he who was
That's
Kirk
what I've been
Cousins.
doing. That is what I do. I start in the NFL. I'm a quarterback in the NFL. That's me. Kirk.
You who is Kirk Cousins. What the hell happened to Mariah Carey's New Year's Eve performance?
Why you gotta bring this shit up, man? She is recording with YG right now.
I didn't know YG was still with us.
YG is still with us, and they doing a little duet work together right now. So Mariah Berry is in the building. But I mean, what happened then was the same thing that happened to 20 different teams in the NFL right now. They kind of just reached the point where they were over it and they stopped giving a shit. That was actually really black of Mariah Carey, to tell you the truth.
I, you know what? He who was Kirk Cousins. You are correct. That is absolutely correct. I cannot spot a lie. Well, thank you. He who was Kirk Cousins. This has been wonderful. I know Don has been dying to interview his starter quarterback.
Oh yeah, definitely a highlight of our podcasting career so far. Thank you.
Yeah, you got any other questions for me?
No, man, no. Just be safe out here this off season. Don't be doing anything crazy. Don't go, don't go exploring in Australia, New Zealand, anywhere out there in the bush. They got wild animals. Stay off all types of high speed vehicles like motorcycles, ATVs, and four wheelers. Just basically wrap yourself in some bubble wrap so you don't fuck your money up this off season.
Oh, the money gonna be all right. Don't trip.
All right, keep getting checked. He who was Kirk Cousins.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we about to wrap up here. We want to thank Don so much for coming on. This has been a long time coming. Thank you so much, Don. We got one more thing to do, real quick. Something that happened and touched me and Dan dearly that I'll read. But thank you. If you'll stick around for that, Don. But thank you so much for coming on and being a part of the podcast. Long time coming.
No, man, thanks for having me. I was glad we could link up and get it done.
For sure. We're going to have you back on pretty soon. So.
For sure.
Yes. Dan, you got many trust announcement for the people before I read what read the thing.
Yeah, I got a real quick church announcement, and that is don't be afraid to punch a Trump supporter in the face. Don't be afraid to punch an alt-right person in the face. Don't be afraid to punch an alt-right person in the face. They all deserve it. Don't take this whole violence. That is not the answer. You know what? When Barack Obama won the presidency, and I may be repeating myself here, but when Barack Obama won the presidency, all we could experience, all we demonstrated was just joy in that moment. We were happy that it happened. There was no gloating going on. We were just happy. Somebody who looked like us for the most part was in the office of the president, and that was cool. And we were elated and we had joy about us. These motherfuckers are gloating. Like, they basically they that high school basketball team that is up 50 but still shooting threes in the fourth quarter and like just gunning for threes. Not even just like, oh well, that was the best shot. They actively gunning for threes. And so that's what these Trump supporter outright Nazi motherfuckers are. And so, you know, I'm not a role model. Don't be like me. But yeah, punch one in the face if they get on your nerves.
Yes, cause fuck these niggas. Um, as I've been as I said before, like this year I'm gonna do a lot more self promotion of the show because I feel that we deserve. Because like I said, 2 years in this thing and we are pretty fucking dope at it. Like I always tweeted, one thing that'll help the show grow is just word of mouth, sharing it, and also giving us reviews on Stitcher, SoundCloud, anywhere you find great podcasting, but also especially iTunes, especially since a lot of us have our Apple devices, iPhones, and etc. And somebody was kind enough to not only leave us a review, but a 5-star review at that. And I apologize if you're listening and I get your name wrong. The review reads, "These dudes are lit ASF," which I don't know what ASF means, but
Must be
it's
as
something
fuck.
good.
Yeah.
5 stars. Shy City, again, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, says, "I was scared at first because I assumed two cisgender black men would be ashy as hell and be spewing hotep nonsense. Well, this is this definitely was the wrong podcast you assume, especially for me since December 5th is my mentions. They just now cooling down, but I
Yeah.
digress.
Especially me. Anyway, yeah, continue.
But I digress. She said, "This is not the case. Dan and Jeremy are hilarious and truly aware of the headassery of men. They don't overstep their boundaries, and they are completely hilarious. 5 stars. Thank you so much. That really meant a lot. I was stoked when I first saw it. I sent it to Dan and nigga. We damn near threw a party in G chat.
Right.
Because that really touched our hearts, and we thank you so much. And if you love the show, if you're listening on iTunes or Stitcher, and I think Stitcher's kind of weird, so you probably have to like let us know if you leave a review on Stitcher. But share the show, give us 5 stars on iTunes,
Yeah,
let
I
us
still
know
really
what
ain't
you
figured out Stitcher yet. I need to get on that. But
yeah. But thank you so much for your support, and um thank you for leaving us this review, and thank you for everyone that listens and support us. Like I said, leave us 5 stars, share us, love us, rate us. Um, that really made me and Dan feel good, and it really, not that we already didn't have validation, but it really just solidified that people love us, people love what we do, and they love us enough to give us ratings and stuff on iTunes and keep promoting us. And we are humble, and we're gonna keep giving y'all a great woke, but not woke enough where we can't take a nap and laugh ass show.
right, we ain't sleep deprived. Goddamn it.
Right, we ain't sleep deprived. But yeah, that's been episode 106 of the Crown and College podcast. Like I said, check all our wonderful sponsors, shop with CSPN, keep all our shows free, so you won't have to listen to me and Sarone sound like we just finished robbing a nigga outside of a club. All right, peace.
Don, you got anything you want to say before you take it off?
So,
Man, y'all just listen to the Razzlecast. Follow at DD Jonet. Follow at Rag Sheets. Follow me at Don Delarente. Follow at the Razzlecast. Hang out with us on our live tweets. Hashtag Rawcast. Hashtag SmackDown Matters. And I want to give a big shout out to y'all for holding the network down and being consistent with y'all shows. And actually, y'all made my holiday. I wanted Siege to be on a podcast. I didn't care whose podcast it was. If Mel could work it out where they did a good and terrible, or she sat in on bad advice, but she was on y'all's podcast, and that really made my holiday, man. So I just want to give a big shout out to Mel, Siege, and y'all for that podcast that y'all released right before Christmas. It put a big smile on my face.
Siege, a wonderful, terrible human being.
Now, see, I gotta object to that because I did beat Siege a couple weeks ago at Bourbon Ball, and Siege was just a fluffy, just funny, hilarious,
What she
wonderful
smell like?
man. Siege smelled like
Like fresh direct deposit.
dog. Like I mean,
Candy yams with the extra syrup.
bruh, like just goodness and southern prosperity, like all in one. Just to reduce it to one thing would be like reductive, painfully so. But yeah, she I gave her a hug and I sniffed the neck a little bit, and you know, it was exciting. So yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta vouch for Siege on the strength as a real one, and she thorough, she real out here, she official, and yeah,
Still
I'm glad
terrible.
I'm glad we was able to get on the show to make you happy and give you some holiday cheer and whatnot. So
yeah, man, I definitely appreciate it. I had the biggest smile on my face when I opened my podcast app and saw that she was going to be a guest. I was like, oh, Christmas miracles do come true.
and final shout out to Brantastics, who I met at Bourbon Ball and listened to our most recent episode today, the day we recorded. So shout out to you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for giving us a chance and whatnot. And we hope you stick around. Flip through some old episodes. Go to SoundCloud. All of our episodes beginning with number 14 are on the SoundCloud. Just type in Crown and Collards. It's not quite the first thing that comes up. It's like the fourth or fifth for some reason. But it's just basically
We're
like
gonna change that. We're gonna change that.
no, like it's all our episodes, but it's individual episodes that come up, and then like the big like combination of like all of our episodes, the
Oh,
big
okay.
playlist comes like down the line a little bit. But some of the more popular ones jumped in front of it basically.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
like,
Same
like
on iTunes.
episode 14 is in front of it. I think like 81 or 82 is in front of it. It was the one we did with Chris and Candace. Is up in front of it, and there's a couple other ones.
Right.
But yeah, you can search that on SoundCloud. You can listen to all of our episodes at random, or at length of time because we had some that we had to break up into two parts.
Nigga slash.
All right. But yeah, no, that's enough Crown and Collards for this week. Like I said, go back, flip through those archives, check us out. Rate us 5 stars wherever you may listen, and tell a friend about the goodness of this show,
And
which
he
is
who
our
is
friend
Don
X,
Delarente.
which as this show's been described by our good friend XD is like a catfish dinner for your soul.
Yes.
Anything else?
That be a greater hole, not a hater hole, and that's it.
All right, Miss Andrea's fun. That's the end of the show. We out. Peace.